And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, the new show that will be joint branded between Raw, SmackDown, and ECW is Superstars. 5 matches for the show, for every episode. And man, ladies and gentlemen, the fifth final matchup, your main event for tonight. It's gonna be a good one as we now have an 18-man battle royal for the debut in NXT Championship. We're not gonna. I was originally thinking of having an NXT brand, but no, since like everyone that I want necessarily I want them on the main roster. So we're gonna treat superstars like NXT, and so either Raw, SmackDown, or ECW superstars could challenge for the NXT Championship, but only on superstars. Because let's say two SmackDown superstars are challenging for the NXT Championship, we're not gonna have it on SmackDown having superstars, or if we have like an ECW superstar versus a Raw superstar, or like another brand superstar versus another branded superstar. We're not gonna have them, intervene in Raw, SmackDown, or ECW where the show may be for the champion. So, we're just gonna have it on superstars. Trade like that. So this is gonna be for like the undercard or for like the mid card superstars. It'll also be like for some main events, like it'll be some main events versus mid carders. Anyway, kicking things off with Raw action, as we're gonna have Vampiro of the Brood versus m.v.p. You see, now this is not a match that you usually see on Raw, because main thing we got m.v.p. who's like challenging for the Intercontinental Championship at this point, I think, and then we got Vampiro who, he is basically associated with the Brood, and the Brood. Well, Edge and Gangrel, they are the Raw Tag Team Champions, but Christian and Vampiro for the Brood, they really have nothing to do. The Freebird rule not working. Well, it's not something that's working for Raw. It's not something that's working for the Brood unless if Gangrel, decides to use the Freebird rule, in which any of the 2 of 4 men in the Brood could actually hold championship. But since Edge and Gangrel won it, then Gangrel has kept it between Edge and himself. But Christian's not have the Raw tag title, nor does Vampiro, so the Freebird will not necessarily working. So anyway, that's that. As now time to go down throughout the Western match card, and so second matchup, the debut in Chris Benoit. He is on numerous mode, and he'll be having his debut against Steven Richards, who's part of ECW. So Benoit, he's necessarily a part of the ECW roster. I wanted to have his debut in ECW, but I already had like too many matches to set up. I didn't want to postpone them, and by too many I just mean 4, since ECW only has 4 matches. But yeah, that's that basically. So Benoit versus Steven Richards. Let's see. Since the CPU is gonna probably act like an idiot, it's probably gonna make Steven Richards not get squashed by Benoit. It's gonna probably make Steven Richards, have a back and forth contest against Benoit, which is not accurate at all. But the CPU is an idiot, so probably might make that happen. Anyway, third matchup, and this is SmackDown side of things for the first time in the night. As we're gonna have Cesaro, he defeated your number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Dolph Ziggler, as we did upload SmackDown Week 9, like 2 hours ago. The main event, of course, was Ziggler versus Cesaro. Cesaro did defeat Ziggler, and so Cesaro will face off against one half of the New Day in Big E. So, of course, Big E and Xavier Woods there in the rivalry with the Young Bucks. Kofi Kingston, he was in the Cruiserweight title tournament and stuff like that. And who just won? My bad. I was reading the match card. I was paying attention. I think Vampiro won. Did he? My bad. I'm not paying attention to your own show. What's fair? I really don't care about none of these matches. Probably besides Cesaro vs. Big E and the main event. Anyway, fourth matchup after Cesaro vs. Big E, we move things over back to Raw action, as we're going to have Big Cass versus Sami Zayn. That's like an NXT type matchup, so that's that. And then match number 5, the main event, as I'm going to announce the competitors now. Huge 18-man NXT Championship battle royal, as we're going to have, let's see, Raw superstars for this one are Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Alberto Rio, Randy Orton, JBL, Sheamus, and that's it. Yeah, that's all for Raw. ECW superstars include DIY, so Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, along with Neville, Penguin Dark, ECW Hardcore Lightweight Champion Neville, and ECW Hardcore Television Champion Kenny Omega. So if either Neville or Omega wins, they could have 2 belts under their waist. We also got RVD for ECW as well. And then for SmackDown, we got the debut of Mr. Perfect. He's now part of the SmackDown roster, along with one half of the Kofi Kingston and R-Truth tag team, which is R-Truth, along with Los Guerreros, Chad Guerrero, Negro, Samoa Joe, and the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. So that is the 18-man. Battle Royal, 6 superstars from Raw, 6 from ECW, 6 from SmackDown. What a powerbomb from Benoit. Is he going to try to steal victory here against Steven Richards? And that was almost it. That should have been it. The CPU should not have made Steven Richards kick out that and snap suplex from Benoit. The Redhead Wolverine definitely going to be dangerous under the hardcore environment of ECW. But since, the superstars, we're not going to really have it in a hardcore environment because it's not all that special. Superstars is not really all that special. It's just 2. Well, it's not that special for ECW, so, I'm going to keep it like a regular Raw SmackDown show with just regular matches, no hardcore rules besides the Battle Royal, but, that's all generated and stuff like that. Spinebuster counter from Benoit, and now upper hand is given to Chris Benoit, Usher from Steven Richards, and what has happened? Anyway, Hurricanrana. After Benoit tried to do something, that one actually was surprisingly close. That should have not been close. Back suplex from Steven Richards now almost picks up a victory against Benoit. Can he? No. Only a 1 count. Benoit, nice snap suplex. Leg drop. Nails the leg drop slightly. Steven Richards just going to simply shove down the Rabbit Wolverine. And so, at this point, why is Steven Richards giving Benoit a fight here? Why is Richards actually acting like a challenge towards Benoit? That's what I mean by the CPU is such an idiot. And now Steven Richards nails the dropkick off the top rope. That was nicely done. Steven Richards, of course, he's in a tag team with the Blue Meanie. Together they are the WWO, or also known as the BWO. Like the new world, like the NWO. But not necessarily, because it's blue. And Benoit catches him, nails the tombstone onto the ring apron. That was kind of pretty nice. To an anaconda device now. Had Steven Richards in there for a couple seconds. Benoit crashes and burns to the outside. Steven Richards with the upper hand on Benoit now. Chris Benoit in a whole world of trouble. The debut on Chris Benoit into ECW Universe mode. The ECW side of things. Well, of course, outside the ring, no disqualification as, Steven Richards, he realized that. Uses the hockey stick to his advantage. Now a triangle choke along the hockey stick across the head and neck of Benoit. Nice and effective, but Benoit counters. Has been an angle lock. Both men kind of 6 here. Like I said, no ECW rules for the ECW roster on Superstars, but on regular ECW shows, yes. But since this is Superstars, just regular 1-on-1 matches, Raw and SmackDown style. So, Benoit not necessarily showing his colors in the hardcore environment just yet. He'll have to wait till he's booked on an episode of ECW, which the next episode of ECW is week 10, in which way I got a special surprise for both Raw, SmackDown, and the CW brand, because in which there's going to be more shows added to Universe mode. Hooray! Because now, of course, the new initial show was Superstars. I did do main event in my GWE universe, so that was that. And so main event was like 1 Raw match, 1 SmackDown match, and then 1 Raw versus SmackDown match in the main event. That's basically what it was. So Superstars is going to be a little bit different since this is a different universe. This is not GWE. But basically the new shows that are going to be at, one is going to be Raw exclusive, one is going to be SmackDown exclusive, the other one's going to be ECW exclusive, and it'll be pre-shows. Like back when Raw had pre-shows, like they barely ever do. SmackDown barely ever had pre-shows. I don't think ECW ever had pre-shows. But anyway, that's going to be that. As Benoit now, he looks completely exhausted here. Steven Richards, why is he winning this? And nails the 450 leg drop. Beautiful move. Of course, I love the way the move looks in the game. Probably nail another one. No, he missed the dropkick now. Crucial moment in the matchup as Benoit going to take control. And nails the clothesline off the top rope. Steven Richards is surprisingly does not land off the ring apron. It's not fall off. And, Benoit, he crashes and burns to the outside. And once again, Steven Richards taking control here. Steven Richards bringing the fight to Chris Benoit here, surprisingly. And Benoit not doing so well. Multiple drop kicks from Steven Richards. He won't stop it. Wow, that was... I didn't get a chance to even bother to count that. Anyway, now not an arm lock. I believe that's a hammer lock. Yes, that's a hammer lock. Nice transition into a bow and arrow. I was about to say surfboard, but no. And counter by Steven Richards to the deep arm drag. Benoit now on the count of 6. Make that 7. And Benoit, he's struggling to his feet here. He's trying to get back up here on count 8, and yes, he does get back inside the ring. Steven Richards on count 1. Now use the steel chair right across the calf of Chris Benoit, and Steven Richards was on the outside. Benoit was on the inside. That counts. That's no disqualification. And the Jets do defeat the Chiefs 38-31. So yeah, that's good. Nice to see the Jets defeating the Chiefs. I'm a Jets fan, so hooray. Anyway, Steven Richards nails down her suplex to Benoit. Benoit now on the outside once again. Steven Richards. A new mean-spirited attitude we haven't really seen of Steven Richards. Just being shown here against Chris Benoit, which is, to be fair, very, very surprising. And, of course, you guys probably might have noticed that this Superstars episode is already longer. Well, it's about to be longer than ECW episodes. ECW episodes are like 20 minutes. 20-some minutes. Their previews are like half an hour. Because, we don't really necessarily have a whole lot of matches for ECW. SmackDown and Raw, we have 5 matches on the regular show. ECW have 4, which is why we're adding pre-shows. And then the pre-shows, they're going to be separate. Pre-shows are going to be separate from the Raw pre-show that is not named yet, or it could just normally be a pre-show. Be called the Raw pre-show, SmackDown pre-show, ECW pre-show. They're going to be separate episodes away from the regular Raw, SmackDown, and ECW episodes, which makes it more difficult for me to upload these streamers mode videos. But hey, I might as well just do it. And now, Steven Richards nails the super kick moments ago, and that gets him the victory against Chris Benoit. Benoit not too happy about that. That was bad. That was very bad. That should not have happened. Anyway, moving on. What's next? Third matchup. Yes, Cesaro versus Big E, and this is SmackDown's side of things. To SmackDown's first matchup here. Of course, the main event gonna be joined between Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. Raw, they have 2 matches. ECW have 1. SmackDown have 1. And then the main event, counts as matches for all 3 of them. So basically, ECW has 2, SmackDown has 2. Raw necessarily have 3 then. But let's see which superstar could win. Which superstar could win either if it's a Raw superstar, a SmackDown superstar, or an ECW superstar. So that's going to be a good side rush next week from Cesaro. Nailing down Big E. Big E now counter to Hurricane. Try to steal victory right there. So, not necessarily going to really work out for Big E. Now, counter to a headlock. Cesaro going to try to counter Big E. He counters to side takedown into the pin. Tries to steal victory against the man who defeated the number 1 contender for the World Championship, Dolph Ziggler. Well, Dolph Ziggler, he did get defeated by Cesaro in the Week 9 episode of SmackDown, which, to be fair, was like the latest episode of SmackDown, and it was uploaded like 2 or 3 hours ago. Now, Big E now to a sharpshooter to Cesaro. Cesaro had that one well scouted out because it's one of his moves. And his moveset, one of his submissions. Full nice submission hold now. Not going to fully work out for Cesaro. Now transition to an ankle lock. Nope. Big E and Cesaro are surprisingly having a back and forth contest here. My initial plan for when I thought of this was I thought that the CPU was just going to make Cesaro absolutely demolish Big E. Surprisingly not. It's Big E now into another sharpshooter just mimicking Cesaro. With those sharpshooters, of course, Cesaro learned that from the Hart Foundation because, well, he kind of was associated with Tyson Kidd, so most likely Tyson Kidd or Natalya or Bret Hart taught him that big ending from Big E out of nowhere, not Cesaro, but from Big E out of nowhere. Now, I know it looks nothing like the big ending, but just roll with it because it looks somewhat like the big ending, and the big ending finisher's not actually in the game, so it looks somewhat like it. Big E, he actually didn't go for a pin there, which I think could have been crucial if he definitely did go for a pin. Cesaro will have definitely lost, and if Cesaro does lose, well, then you gotta think, is Cesaro really a credible number 1 contender? Now, of course, he's faced off against more harder challengers than Big E, like from the likes such as, say, Samoa Joe, who their rivalry is done with now, and also, Dolph Ziggler are on for SmackDown. Big E just another sharpshooter. It's the 3rd one in a row. Big E not letting up here with the sharpshooters. Cesaro. At this point, Cesaro, he's getting a little bit angry about that. Don't necessarily really blame him. And Cesaro, both men kick each other down. Now both men on the outside of the ring. Big E nails the chop. Irish whip to Cesaro. And there goes Cesaro to the steel guardrail. That barrier. That barricade. What do you want to call it? That security wall. What? Seriously though, what do you want to call it? Cesaro steel steps. He can use that to his advantage. Probably jump out of it. But no. And yes, he does. And he completely misses it as well. And now Big E. Another sharpshooter. Oh my god. And there goes Big E. He gets sent flying from the humongous strike by Cesaro. The strength of Cesaro. And Cesaro, he's also busted open. So, probably tasted blood. And he ran into that one. Run straight into Big E's arms. Big E just could simply throw him down. Just like drag him off the ring apron. Throw him down onto the ground. On the outside. And Cesaro, he's thinking, how is Big E, like, acting all this difficult here? Nails the German suplex, does Big E, and Big E putting out all the stops here. He's just a tag team competitor. He shouldn't be doing this to, like, a mid-card / main event competitor. Oh my kid, I'm gonna have Cesaro in the main event. Why do you think I gave him a shot? Why do you think I gave him a match against the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, in which Cesaro actually did defeat Dolph Ziggler? So, yep. Of course, Dolph Ziggler, he did defeat Ryback in their third hour matchup. Ziggler lost the first meeting. Ziggler won the second meeting. And in their third and final meeting at the live pay-per-view event, and this time for a number one contender shot for as the Black World Heavyweight Championship. Well, it necessarily was their fourth meeting, because their third meeting was the triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship against Aleister Black, but for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. At that time, of course, Black, he made Ziggler tap out. Well, Ryback was out cold. But anyway, that's a different part of SmackDown Universe Mode, as we now just go over to this little thing of trying to make Cesaro get more momentum after, he did defeat number contender for World Championship Dolph Ziggler. And trying to make, Big E get some more momentum for their for him and Xavier Woods' tag team rivalry against the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks still have not gotten a victory here in Universe Mode, so shouldn't be too hard for the New Day. But hopefully, the Young Bucks, they better get a victory. They need to get a victory sooner or later, to be fair. They really, really do. Anyway, going back to the action, Cesaro, he's now more busted wide open. Lariat by Big E, and Big E, he's just having Cesaro any way he wants him here. Cesaro not doing too well. He's limping, nails the shoulder block out of nowhere, though. And now Cesaro, with the momentum that he most likely needs, and he nails that suplex. That was like a stealing suplex. Now Big E in the whole world of trouble. Lothar is pressing to mount punches. Big E kind of did choke there. So that'll be a rope break. Cesaro holding onto his face, trying to wipe off the blood. Fisherman suplex from Big E. And now his action is just picked up, and his action now gotten excited. Cover. And that was 2 count. Surprisingly close to a 3 there. Cesaro just having enough energy to kick out there. Missed the elbow drop. That was crucial for Cesaro. Now Cesaro, he's not doing too well here in the 5th sharpshooter. Are you kidding me? Big E, stop doing the sharpshooters. Probably the 5th or 6th one. Cesaro, he's just probably doesn't know where he's at. Just doing all sorts of random stuff here. Blood in his eyes, covering him up. Cesaro now nails the low thrust press to Big E. And Cesaro could probably be on the roll here, trying to do neutralizers. And then Big E trying to answer back from Cesaro's failed neutralizer to try to do a second big ending. But once Cesaro gets out of that, nails the monkey flip now. This action's gotten super fast paced at this point, and it's good now. Cesaro trying to make Big E tap out the camel clutch there moments ago. Big E now, simple kick to the back. Cesaro answering back some strikes. He has Big E knocked him grappled. Nails the sidewalk slam. That was on the ropes though. Cesaro gonna have to do something here. Nails Fisherman suplex. Probably could have went for a pin there. Just gotta wish it wasn't a rope break. Cesaro at this point, the wherewithal to just know where Big E is at. All the blood in his eyes. So Cesaro, he's not gonna let up here. But then again, you gotta know neither is Big E gonna let up here. And Cesaro probably more busted open than ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he is. Luckily, he gets a rope break. Big E showing no remorse, no mercy on Cesaro, who has been very impressive as of late. And by as of late, I mean, didn't he lose his matchup against Samoa Joe in the no surrender preview? Whatever, but he was impressive against someone contender for the World Championship, Dolph Ziggler, so that's that. And now Cesaro, he's going to try to suplex Big E and multiple small packages. First Big E, then Cesaro, and then Big E again. Big E almost stole a victory there. That was confusing. Big E has him now, nails the backwards and for a tongue drop. Splash. Cesaro in world trouble. Please don't make me another sharpshooter. Okay, a second half leg crab. Okay. Now into a lion tamer and Cesaro taps out. Cesaro couldn't take no more at this point. Cesaro. He was taken to his limit. Cesaro, the man who defeated the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Dolph Ziggler, he taps out to a mid-carder / tag team competitor in Big E. Okay then. Whatever. Man, that was confusing. Anyway, moving on. Fourth and final matchup before your main event. Big Cass 1-on-1 with Sami Zayn. Of course, now for this one, no storylines will be connected to superstars. Fainting storylines from Raw will only stay on Raw, and for their pre-show show, I'm not gonna say the name of. Storyline SmackDown connected to SmackDown pre-show that I'm not gonna say the name of. Also along with the SmackDown show. Then same thing for EastW, the EastW pre-show that I'm not gonna say the name of, but you guys will know once we actually do the next episode of Raw, which will probably be tomorrow, and then you guys shall know, because once I upload the pre-show, it will be Raw's, and then either Raw pre-show or Raw's, show thing, stuff like that. Anyway, it's Raw. We get back to action here. Big E and Sami Zayn 1-on-1 here. So this NXT matchup, to be fair. Zayn trying to lift up the big man, and Big Cass. That powerbomb into a DT. Sami Zayn does not feel the effects of that. What her crown from the big man. That was impressive. Zayn, he is now dazed. Sami Zayn doesn't even know where he's at now from that. You can tell he doesn't feel the effects of that. Nails the elbow drop. Kind of drills down. Zayn turns into a clothesline since Zayn was halfway up by the time Big Cass was in midair. So Zayn probably would have been better off if he didn't stand up here. And now Big Cass can try to break the leg apart of Sami Zayn. Zayn not doing too well. Zayn, of course, he's been so close, but yet so far. Of course, Sami Zayn won in week 1. He won one of those fatal 4 matches to go into a WWE Championship matchup on week 2 of Raw, in which CM Punk won the other fatal 4 on week 1. And so those two who won fatal 4s, they faced off against each other on week 2, in which we had highlights for that for week 2, and in which CM Punk defeated Sami Zayn, and CM Punk became the champion. CM Punk successfully defended it and stuff like that. Sami Zayn also lost his rematch clause as well. And so then Sami Zayn goes inside a number of contenders matchup for the Intercontinental Championship with Batista and the 2 debuting superstars, which was the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley, of course, he didn't win that matchup. Zayn came up short, and Shelley is now your current Intercontinental Champion, as he did win the Fatal 4 elimination matchup between Intercontinental Champion Apollo Crews, no contender himself, which was actually himself, one who just did nothing, and m.v.p did not win none of his matches, but he got accepted to a Fatal 4 elimination matchup, and also The Miz, who had his he had his rematch clause against Apollo Crews, since The Miz was the original number contender, but then he lost to Apollo Crews. And now, well, that was quick. Big Cass, he even just made Zayn tap out to, what was that, camel clutch? And well, Zayn immediately tapping out, but then that immediately is thrown Big Cass to the back suplex to the over the ropes. Speaking of over the ropes, over the top rope, elimination 18-man battle royal, 6 from Raw, 6 from EastW, 6 superstars from SmackDown as well. Gunning for that NXT Championship, and here we go, non-stop action as well. There's gonna be too much action call here. We got Randy Orton and RVD. We got R-Truth on the sidelines there. We got R-Truth, who is jumped off the top rope. We got JBL Negro. This is too much action called. Pete Dunne with a power slam to Sheamus. Omega takes down Pete Dunne. And this is crazy. And Tommaso Ciampa on top rope nails the leg drop to whoever that was. Didn't get a chance to see that. Please, someone get eliminated so it'll be easier to call the action at least. Guerrero almost got eliminated from Pentagon Dark there. Small drop by RVD to Neville and R-Truth. He gets eliminated by whoever. I did not get a chance to see that. The suplex by Chavo to Jeff, and then Chavo Guerrero's uncle, Eddie, nails the moonsault to Jeff Hardy just a couple of moments ago. We got Matt Pengon Jr., and there goes Jeff Hardy off the power slam, the Guerrero press slam, I should say, from Sheamus. So Sheamus now in Well, nice counter to Canadian destroyed by Kenny Omega. And there goes Chavo. And Pete Dunne also eliminated by Guerrero at this point. What? This is complete and utter chaos here. Powerbomb from Orton. Sheamus on the verge of getting eliminated. He does not get eliminated. He's able to survive. Guerrero now off the top rope probably. No, Omega and Guerrero on the ring apron. Both these men in a precarious position here. One of these men could get eliminated. Sheamus on the ring apron. He's close to getting eliminated. There goes Pentagon Dark and Sheamus at the same time. JBL could get eliminated now. Or Neville. JBL or Neville. Who's going to get eliminated? Darren Neville. Your ECW Hardcore Lightweight Champion gets eliminated. And then so does your ECW Hardcore Television Champion, Kenny Omega, gets eliminated. And then so does JBL. Well, your two only champions in here, which are both part of ECW Hardcore Lightweight Champion, Neville, ECW Hardcore Television Champion, Kenny Omega. Both of them get eliminated. And so the action's now been downswinged. Samoa Joe now super kick to Eddie Guerrero a couple months ago. I thought Sheamus was still in there for a second. And snap suplex from Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero eliminates Samoa Joe. So now at this point, a little bit slimmer, easier to call the actions. We got, let's see, Randy Orton, Tommaso Ciampa, Mr. Perfect, Alberto Del Rio, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, and RVD. Raw superstars are Randy Orton. Well, RVD, he goes crashing into Raw Sheamus, but Eddie Guerrero. SmackDown's Eddie Guerrero eliminates ECW's RVD. Alberto Del Rio and Randy Orton representing Raw, and so is Matt Hardy, Johnny Gargano. And there goes Raw's Alberto Del Rio. Well, SmackDown's Mr. Perfect eliminating Raw's Alberto Del Rio. Matt Hardy almost got eliminated by his fellow Raw companion, I guess you would say, I don't know. DIY, they're still here. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, DIY for ECW, they're still here. Mr. Perfect for SmackDown, he's still here. Eddie Guerrero for SmackDown as well, he's still here. So Mr. Perfect and Eddie Guerrero for SmackDown, Randy Orton for Raw. Randy Orton and Matt Hardy for Raw, Mr. Perfect, Eddie Guerrero for SmackDown, and then all of DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, those two teammates for ECW are still here. So quite interesting here, as we're now it could turn to a handicap situation for whoever is eliminated at this point. Now Orton off top rope nails the knee drop that turns to a crossbody, and now Orton probably could land the RKO on Eddie Guerrero. Is he gonna do it? The CPU's going to do the RKO, and RKO from Randy Orton to Eddie Guerrero, delivers it. Eddie Guerrero no sells it at all. German suplex from Orton to Matt Hardy, hits Mr. Perfect in the process. Matt Hardy close to getting eliminated here. Now as he comes back, and now Johnny Gargano, he looks completely exhausted here. Mr. Perfect thought he was gonna get eliminated by Matt Hardy there. Ciampa, he's doing well in here. He's been able to survive. So that's Gargano. One of these men here will become your new NXT champion. Gargano and Ciampa, your teammates here, and Tommaso Ciampa almost eliminated his own teammate Johnny Gargano with the super kick until he realized that. You remember that is not only your tag team partner, but that's the only last man remaining in the same brand as you. That's your tag team partner. That's your best friend, and so that's also, not to mention, the only man left in the same brand as you, which makes it even more important to not eliminate him. So Ciampa, he realized that, did not eliminate Gargano. But remember, once it gets down to those final more few, every man for himself. But if they could be able to team up and last until the final two, well, then that's when friendship is out the window for a couple moments until we get a winner. As Mr. Perfect, did he eliminate Matt Hardy? Yes, he did with the Hurricanrana. Gargano delivers one to Mr. Perfect for his troubles. And ladies and gentlemen, Matt Hardy eliminated. Now, Randy Orton, the only remaining guy for Raw here. Snap suplex from May to Ciampa. I thought he eliminated Tommaso Ciampa there. And so we are down to 5. Randy Orton representing Raw, Tommaso Ciampa and John Gargano DIY, they're representing ECW. Mr. Perfect and Eddie Guerrero, they're representing SmackDown as they're facing off against each other here. Orton trying to eliminate Gargano. Ciampa, he's out of the equation at this point. Not really doing much. Now Ciampa's up. He gets German suplex for his troubles into a roll-up by Mr. Perfect. Eddie Guerrero, Mr. Perfect now. Ciampa, Mr. Perfect. This is still complete and utterly chaos. Guerrero now nails the drop kick to both Orton and I believe probably Perfect as well. And now double team suplex from both Agro and Mr. Perfect to Johnny Gargano. Ciampa answering back for his tag team partner as he nails Agro with a couple strikes. Didn't nail a leg drop onto Ciampa. Didn't nail a leg drop onto Gargano. Has Gargano off the ropes. Nails to nail DDT. That's your partner. Don't do that to your tag team partner, especially the only man who's representing ECW along with you. Like I said, every man for himself, but at least try to do a handicap situation against everyone else here if you could. And then until you guys are found to remain, that's if you guys are found to remain, then worry about eliminator. Someone tells me DIY probably gonna get split up during this. If they are one of the found two men, well then that'll be very, very impressive. As Johnny Gargano eliminates his tag team partner. He just eliminates Tommaso Ciampa, and Guerrero eliminates Johnny Gargano. Back-to-back DIY members eliminated. And there goes Randy Orton off the suplex. That was not the perfect plex from Mr. Perfect. But now down to two SmackDown superstars. Eddie Guerrero, one half of Los Guerreros. And Mr. Perfect, the debuting Mr. Perfect into yours, Mr. Perfect, making his SmackDown debut here. He is part of the SmackDown roster. Stan Chris Benoit made his ECW debut earlier on, where he lost his match against Steve Richards. But can Mr. Perfect, can he have a better debut? And can he win a title before his son, Curtis Axel, not doing too well on the SmackDown roster? So Mr. Perfect could probably train him. Probably be a tag team. Who knows? Guerrero nails the dropkick. Match for Guerrero wins this. Of course, Los Guerreros. Chavo Guerrero, I believe this is his debut on SmackDown as well. I could have sworn I had Chavo Guerrero on a SmackDown match. I could have sworn I had Chavo Guerrero on an episode of SmackDown, but I don't think I did. So I think this is Chavo Guerrero's debut in Team Mode as well. Well, he did get him. Maybe he's part of SmackDown roster. I think I had a matchup with him on SmackDown. On SmackDown, I don't even think I have booked him yet. Because Eddie Guerrero was occupied by the Cruiserweight title tournament. Chavo Guerrero, he wasn't in it. Because it was stacked already. And also because I had our plans for him for once Eddie lost, that it'll be the Los Guerreros tag team thing. I haven't done it yet, so Chavo Guerrero, he's not part of your response yet. And there goes Eddie, and Mr. Perfect nails the suplex to Eddie Guerrero, the snap suplex to Eddie Guerrero, and Mr. Perfect wins the match for SmackDown. Mr. Perfect, your first ever NXT champion. Well, we will have had, either way, we will have had a SmackDown superstar as your first ever NXT champion. Either Eddie Guerrero or Mr. Perfect, since they were the final two, and they were both representing SmackDown. Well, that's a nice way to end it off. Mr. Perfect, NXT champion. Now, for this one, I know the NXT title is supposed to be for new and upcomers, but we're also going to use it for washed up old main eventers from WWF, from the Attitude Era, stuff like that. Unless we have The Rock or Stone Cold, something like that. Unless we have some WCW guys like Sting or Goldberg. Diamond Page could probably be for the NXT Championship if we ever put him into Universe mode. Stuff like that. But then we could also put some old guys like Shawn Michaels. He's currently SmackDown Tag Team Champions with Triple H. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of Universe Mode. And that was week 1 of Superstars. Week 2 of Superstars is going to be after week 10 of every other Universe Mode show, including Raw, SmackDown, ECW pre-shows now, which are going to have 3 matches for all of them. And thank you guys for watching this episode of Universe Mode. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.